welcome back to reality. I'm Danny.
And I'm Danielle, and today we're talking about Real Housewives.
Woohoo!
Let's
So
see.
we had a lot more about Erica. This whole episode was a lot about her. Um, so ladies decide, well, Kyle, I believe, organizes them to go for a ladies' weekend to La Quinta. And they are all going to stay at Kyle's vacation home, except for Garcelle, Erica, and Crystal, who decide to stay in a hotel.
Yes.
And then they show Erica saying goodbye to the clubhouse. If everybody remembers, the clubhouse is like her glam place, like where she has all her clothes and costumes and stuff like that, and her glam squad would come there and get her ready there and stuff like that. But she's giving that up now because she doesn't need the extra expense. So she found somebody that will take over that lease.
Yeah. Let's see. So they all were at Kyle's, the house she bought from her mom. It was her mom's house. And they all sit down and start talking about everything. And Erica talks about Tom and her divorce because that's what she's going through right now. And so she gets all emotional and sad. And then as soon as she's done, Sutton feels the need to bring up about her and that her dad had died a while back. And it just seemed to me like she just wanted to make sure everybody knew she was more damaged than Erica, because Erica even made a comment and said something about, oh, well, what you're going through is nothing like what I'm going through right now. And she was like, well, you know. It just felt like she's one of those people that always has to one up. She's a one upper.
Right. Before Erica got there, the girls were all talking about how it hit the news that they froze Tom's assets. So of course they had tons of questions for Erica when she got there. And so as soon as she walks in, the ladies all gather around her, giving her hugs, showing support. And the first thing out of Erica's mouth is, it's not okay, and it's not going to be okay for a long time. And she says how every day she wakes up to bad news. It's always bad news, and it's daily, something more and more and more going on with this case.
Sounds familiar. Bad news daily.
So she is happy, though, that his lawyers are asking for a medical evaluation, because she has seen that he wasn't right for quite a while, but she couldn't get through to him, couldn't get him to listen. So now at least he'll be forced to get medical help. It kind of cracked me up because Crystal makes a comment. She says, $2 million seems like a lot of money, but when you're Tom Girardi, all you do is write the check and make it go away.
But what they don't realize is Tom Girardi is broke as fuck and has nothing. He can't write a check and make it go away because he blew $50 million in cash and billions in cash, and then 50 billions in stocks and bonds. So
it just goes to show how privileged she is. Like, oh, just take that. Just take the $2 million and write a check.
That's the difference, I think, between Beverly Hills and all the other housewives, is that they are very privileged.
Yeah,
all of them. Beverly Hills is very privileged.
Yeah. Then Erica kind of lets the cat out of the bag that Tom has been cheating on her. She doesn't really elaborate, but it kind of sounds like, he's had his girls on and off throughout the marriage. So I guess.
But before that, there was a hilarious moment that you forgot about. So Kathy and Kyle are cooking, right? And Kathy is cutting up this bread that Kyle gave her, and it is hot, rock fucking hard, like so hard you could knock someone out with it. It's like a baseball. And she's like, you can't serve that. And they're all laughing. They're laughing so hard they start snorting. And she's like knocking it together and stuff. And then Kathy goes out to set the table. And when she comes back in, Kyle has broken a glass of like cinnamon or something. So she's like, Kathy, clean that up for me, please. And she gets a barbecue brush that you use on the grill to start cleaning it up. And she's like, don't do that. You're getting glass in it everywhere. So then cut to Erica gets a broom and she's brooming it in her like 10-inch stiletto heels. That's just hilarious. It cracked me up. And then right before the end of that scene, Kyle breaks another one.
The grill brush was just
Oh man. So
cracked me
then
up.
they go outside and see that Kathy set the table by setting one lemon, not even peeled, just one whole lemon on the napkins and that rock hard ass bread that you can't even eat next to it in a bowl. So Kyle's like, you think if you go to Kathy Hilton's house, this is how she's going to have her table done? I don't think so. And she looks at Erica and she goes, that bread's not mine. Don't eat it. It will fucking break your tooth off. Don't touch it. I'm not
Right.
claiming that bread, she said.
No, she's like literally like using it like maracas or drumsticks, like clapping them together and
Yeah, so she said that she wasn't claiming that bread and their teeth are at risk if they decide to eat it.
and then they have dessert, which is pancake cake, which Danielle and I were like, pancake cake.
It actually looks really good though. It's pancakes layered, but in the middle of each layer is maple cream icing. It looks amazing. Oh, while Erica was talking about the affairs, before that she talked about how he had changed over the last 3 years and he would go from honey, let me explain to I'm talking. He would just get mad and angry. And she also looked really annoyed by all the questions the ladies were asking about his accident he had several years back because she never lied to him. He did have an accident and he did hurt his ankle because of it. But what she didn't tell him was that it was at his own house where he parks every day. And somehow he ended up in the back and drove off a cliff and was unconscious for 12 hours. Just unconscious for 12 hours. And she found him when he called her on the phone and said, hey, can you come get me? And she's like, well, where the hell are you at? She just assumed that he was with another woman because apparently he cheated on her with a lot of women. Now, one thing we could not figure out, though, is she said that after Yolanda from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills had divorced David, she and I don't know if she was indicating that they had an affair together, her husband Tom and Yolanda, but that's kind of what it sounded like because she was like, and she said after her divorce with David, I found the book, but that's all she says. So I don't know if that's the case or if she just was saying that because that's when the timeline was when she found out about the affairs. I'm not sure. So take from that what you will.
Right.
One thing I've noticed too is that Erica has always portrayed herself as what you see is what you get. I'm the most honest bitch you'll ever see. I portray myself as I am. That's what you see is what you get. And to me, that's a big fat lie because she has not been what you see is what you get. She's been covering and hiding this horrible marriage that she's been in.
Right.
So she's not the straight shooting bitch that she has always claimed to be on for the last several years.
And there was
they did ask her about Erica Jane, what's going to happen with that, and she said she's not sure because it's expensive. She did get rid of her office. That office that she wanted so bad, she had to let it go. So she did that. She turned in the keys and got rid of it.
Right. And there was an article I read, I can't find it now, but there was an article that I read that, she did know about charges coming down on Tom and everything before she filed for divorce. So that's why people are saying, it's a sham divorce or, whatever. Like, they're saying that she's hiding assets or something, but
I don't think she's hiding any of his assets.
I don't really think so either. But that, you know, she did know something was
I
coming
think she
down the
wanted
pipe
to make
when
sure
she
she didn't
left.
lose all her
I don't blame
stuff
her.
she's earned and worked hard for.
Right. And
That's
the
another
book-
thing she had stated, that after she got big, he kind of resented her because he didn't like her being somebody.
Right. Yeah. And he, you know, even though he supported her, and she said that, even though he, you know, was supporting her career and everything, he didn't like the fame that came with
Right.
it.
He stopped supporting her emotionally and physically, like being there for her once she got big. That's why he never even went to her Broadway show. But she covered it up for him because that's what she did. That's why I say she's not the straight shooter she's portrayed. She covered it up and said, "Oh no, COVID. He was going to come to the final show, but COVID,"
Right.
which was a lie. He was never going to come. So
I'm gonna show this clip. Whoops. It is Sutton's opinion of Crystal staying in the hotel when they go on their trip.
Sutton is such a bitch.
Here we go.
Oh, and this was the very first episode where they never brought up Naked Gate. You didn't share the audio.
I did.
Oh, well, you can hear it. Make sure you put on your headphones too so it doesn't echo.
Your question, guys.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Sutton, my question is for you. I love you, Sutton, so much. Were you offended that Crystal decided to stay in a hotel, or were you happy to avoid any awkward situation?
Well, no, it was COVID, so I got it. And no, I wasn't offended at all. And no, actually, at that point, we were good. So no offense, all good. It was fun. It was a good weekend.
Can you say what is in the pancake cake?
It's like layers and layers and layers of tiny, tiny, thin
Pancakes, crepes.
Yeah, it's not, I guess you're not supposed to say a pancake cake.
Okay.
I want one now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Okay, here's Allison.
Everybody
and
did
Zach
after they watched that
with a
episode.
question for Liz.
Hello. So our question is for Liz. Even though you only did it for 3 episodes, how weird was it to play yourself and your mother on Dynasty? And did you have a routine to get in and out of those
I
characters?
love that
Okay,
show.
now, I just
Even the
heard-
reboot
now,
is so
this
good.
Was this because Nicolette Sheridan left the
Nicolette-
show?
Nicolette left the show.
Okay.
She had to go, and they needed
Okay.
someone to play the role of Alexis, and we didn't have time to get anyone worthy enough because we were in a rush. So I was kindly asked by our showrunner if I would play both roles. I had many scenes with myself. We played it off like there was a plastic surgery thing, and yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
played my own mother for 3 episodes of a TV show.
That is wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Did
amazing.
you get paid more for playing 2 parts?
I didn't get paid for playing 1 part, so yes, I guess I did. I
Right,
did. I mean, they did. Yes, they.
Okay, I'm
but it
calling
was
Chrissy
more-
Vane.
It was it was more about the fact I didn't think I would ever get that opportunity again presented to me,
I'm
so I was
sure
like,
that you won't.
the prosthetics were heavy,
Right.
like speckled my chest so that I'd look a little bit more advanced in age, and I just loved it.
Did
I
they
loved
do
it.
a good job?
Oh my
with-
God.
I'm gonna.
Dynasty is a good show. It's
Yeah,
a reboot of the old original. The original was good as well.
Yeah, I'm just stopping it because it's not about.
Yeah, I get it. So, yeah. We should have taken a clip of her trying to clean up that glass with the freaking barbecue thing.
I know.
That's about it. That's about all that happened, though, guys, for that episode.
Right.
That was
But-
it.
We will be back next week with another update.
Mhm.
On the
We
new
have a
episode.
We have a playlist of all of our Beverly Hills episodes. If you want to go through and have a little marathon, you can go through and watch all those. Make sure you guys comment. Let us know who your favorite Housewives is and what you're thinking about the season so far. What you think about Erica and her divorce and how she's been hiding all this for the last 3 years. Subscribe, hit the notification bell.
And all that good stuff.
Yes. Make sure you give us a like or a thumbs down, either way.
And we
It
will
lets us know what you like, what you don't like.
right. And we do answer our comments.
Yeah, we read all of them. All comments are welcome.
Right. So we will see you guys next week for the next episode.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.